Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Wednesday, November 5th, 2025. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tess Millis.
Basketball friends. This one's for you.
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Hey-o.
Hey-yo. And last but not least, over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hello, podcast listeners as well. We got a new Classic Factory sign. And boy, is it bright. Yes, over Trey Kirby's right shoulder. Look at that new sign. Just popping. Looking actually like neon.
Yeah, quite neon. I'm glad I face away from it. I got squinty enough eyes as it is.
Yeah, or Tass and I might have to start wearing sunglasses in here just when we look over in your direction. It is quite bright. Don't look right at it. But great stuff. Fun one lined up for you today. We're going to play a little Is This News? Got some headlines for the guys, but that's later in the show. And we usually start by recapping a few of last night's games. And my God, we got to start with the Chicago Bulls, who erased a 24-point deficit, the largest comeback win this season, to defeat the 76ers on a go-ahead corner three from Vucci Baby with 3 seconds remaining to steal the 113-111 victory, and it was set up by Josh Giddey with a beautiful dime, TK, into the corner to Vooch.
JD, roll that beautiful Bulls footage. The Bulls are back. Incredible play by Giddey right here at the end of the fourth quarter after an incredible comeback by the Bulls, finding Vooch in the corner with the lefty wraparound pass. Only the second three-point attempt from the corner on the season for Vucevic.
Wow.
Great call by Billy Donovan to put him there, knowing Embiid was going to come down and help. Vooch, for whatever reason, knocks down clutch threes. He was 50% in the clutch from three last season, 100% from three in the clutch this season. 1 for 1. But I got to start by filling out a Josh Giddey apology for him. Okay. This guy is straight up hooping. Back-to-back triple-doubles for the first time for the Bulls since Michael Jordan in the 1980s. Finished with 29 points, 15 boards, 12 assists. The rebounding is awesome. And I gotta say, the shooting is holding up so far, like 45% from three. But the biggest improvement to me is he realized he's 6'8". 70% at the rim for Giddey this season. He's getting there more often. He's taken almost twice as many free throws as he ever has in his career. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's gotten a lot more comfortable playing through contact, and he's got a lot more patient as well. FanDuel has him as the favorite for MIP right now, plus 320. By quite a ways. I think the next best odds are for Denny Avdia, and he's at plus 1,100. So Giddey is the guy right now. And when the Bulls were 5-0, it was literally Buzelis was the favorite. So the Bulls are rolling right now. But it was a great performance from them. The defense really turned around in the second half. Philadelphia hit 9 threes in the first half. Maxey looked completely unstoppable, but just 2 for 13 in the second half, including a 4 for 22 fourth quarter from the Sixers. Their offense just completely disintegrated into stagnation, and we can get into a little bit of the why, but we got to talk about how great the Bulls are first.
What do you think, Tess?
Yeah, that end of game was hilarious in that it was just kind of helter-skelter with the Sixers unable to score, and then you saw Matas Buzelis going on the other end. He tried to make a beautiful drive and score, but Embiid was there to block him. Then the next possession, he said, all right, I'll make up for that. He tried to cock back and throw down a huge dunk. Basically consecutive possessions with 2 minutes left, but Tyrese Maxey came in and swept that ball away. And then on the other end, Joel Embiid just looked like those minutes were catching up to the older guy at the other. Vooch was able to just poke it away from him, and Embiid just kind of fell to the floor. Like, I can't get this friggin' thing. Several minutes. Was it almost 6 minutes of them not scoring a field goal?
Yeah, that's right. They had a couple free throws in there.
Yeah, didn't score, period, the last 4 minutes.
Yeah, and I loved how Vooch, after the game, was interviewed and was asked about the three. Obviously, his first comment was that ball was shot pretty high. I mean, he I guess doesn't shoot quarter threes. Wasn't ready to have such a short three because he put it up way up high. But he was also just disappointed in that they got down 24 points and started talking about how they should start games better. And just literally a wild ending to that game. Well, the Sixers, again, like you said, Maxey was awesome.
Oh, my God. I thought he was going for like 50 or 60 easily in this game if you were watching the first half.
Yeah, so it's surprising when they didn't score those last 6 minutes. They're unable to, especially Maxey. And I was okay with the designed by Nick Nurse to give Quentin Grimes a wide open three.
Yeah,
wide open.
To try and win this thing, while many are complaining, oh, Tyrese Maxey should get the ball, and they literally put him way in the backcourt to be a decoy. So they inbound from the sideline. Here you go, Quentin Grimes. Here's an open three. He was 0 for 2 in the fourth at that point, but
0 for 5 from 3 on the night as well.
Yeah.
Grimes, I didn't actually think play a very good game. He was kind of frantic, but he was wide open from the top of the key. So a good play from Nick Nurse. But Philly's offense just in the fourth quarter, it was all trying to ISO and getting away from the up-tempo stuff that was working for him in the first half. The Embiid minutes restriction, it really threw off Philadelphia, I thought. He subbed out with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, came back with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter because he was only trying to get to, he finished with 25 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what he's supposed to play. But, like, that's 12 minutes of game time. How much of that is real time? Like 40 minutes?
You're probably close.
That's a long time to sit for a guy who's trying to get his stamina back, get back in the flow of things to come in and go at Vooch, lockdown Vooch mode. Held Embiid to 0-5 in the fourth quarter, and every shot looked like a force from Embiid, not to mention the times that Vooch was able to poke it away and just be more active and in better shape, really, than Embiid. So it felt like the Bulls' pace won out again in the end because I thought Maxey looked pretty gassed in the fourth quarter. He couldn't get to the rim either. He was taking pull-up jumpers. A couple of them were wide open, still bricked him off. But that's how the Bulls have been winning. Their fourth quarter defensive rating is insane. Their clutch rating, they're giving up like 70 points per 100 possessions or something like that. I mean, it helps when you hold the team scoreless for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it does. But, man, Giddey was awesome to go back to him because he had the great play at the end. That pass was amazing with the left hand to Vooch in the corner. He did it prior in the game where he split like the defense with a left-handed pass. I think it was to Jalen Smith in the first half to, the opposite end of the floor, same corner, but same beautiful dime. And it's a good point about like him like figuring out, oh yeah, I'm a big boy here because he's doing the thing now where he'll run the pick and roll and like he'll let the guy like get on his hip. And it doesn't affect him because he's huge. He's much bigger than most of the guards that are sort of guarding him. And he's okay with that. He's doing like that little Chris Paul thing. Okay, where are you? Oh, you're right there. And then he's go. Because he's not an explosive athlete by any means. Like, I think he's got a motor to him, but he's not like a super quick first step. But using the size, obviously seeing over the defense, he's got great touch. He had that little floater that like sort of kissed around to set up then obviously the three in the corner. That was a big bucket. Awesome game. The Bulls seem like they're for real here. They've earned victories over the Knicks, the Sixers now, the Hawks, the Magic, the Pistons. These are all teams that most people had above the Bulls heading into the season. And maybe one or two of them will be by the end, but right now they're for real.
Yeah, I like the way Billy Donovan is coaching. He pulled Matas Buzelis twice in the first quarter because he wasn't playing defense after just several minutes, not even 5 minutes. You're off. And then he brought him back 1 more minute. Trendon Watford easily went by him because he sagged way too much on a ball handoff. And he said, you're off too. You're off again. So the fact that they're trying to push them and the fact that the Sixers came out and were scoring pretty easily, scoring every 2 of 3 shots in that first quarter, but they were able to fight back. And Vooch upset about it, as I mentioned. And they were lucky, that Embiid just looked old and going 0 for 5 in that fourth quarter because that's so just bad. Embiid. There are games
and they
like
just kept running the same play over and over again. It's like, I get it. It's like your 2 best players, but it was not materializing in points. Like maybe try something else at that point. But he looks so slow.
And they're trying to increase his minutes a little bit. I mean, he's played in 25 minutes. Now this is his second time, essentially. It was 20 minutes as a max minutes restriction. But it doesn't seem to be going well in those last few minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I mean,
he looked great in the first half. He was awesome. Dominating in the first half and was like playing in the flow of the offense and looked quick enough to keep up with the smaller guys. They didn't get much from Edgecombe. Jared McCain came back. Struggled. Well, he went scoreless, trying to get his legs under him. But it just felt like that rest was so long. Like, how do you get ramped back up to go in the fourth quarter and like be the go-to guy when you've been sitting for that long? So, I mean, I don't know what they're supposed to do in that situation. You're going to want Embiid on the court if he's got 5 minutes left. But tough stuff to keep going at him time and time again. And he just couldn't get by Vooch. He couldn't move him. And he couldn't go around him. So he was just shooting over the top and he didn't have the touch.
We also had another legend return last night in Chicago. Red Panda.
That's right.
Red Panda was back on the basketball court with her 8-foot unicycle and Oliver Bowles.
Wearing the 45 Jordan jersey.
Coming the comeback. On brand. She wasn't on a Bowles restriction, was she? Okay, you don't got to do that. I thought it wasn't that bad.
No, it was good. Well, it's funny because this is her first NBA game of the season.
That's right, that's right.
But she's been elsewhere.
Oh, she got injured, right?
She was playing
July.
minor league baseball.
In July. Was she in minor league baseball? She was other places too, I think.
Tougher to ride a unicycle on grass, I would think. Or on dirt.
Interesting.
But it would be a safer place to fall, yeah.
Probably a good place to train.
Yeah.
Maybe where I'm seeing her is in a studio. Maybe it was the Amazon studio that she was doing. I forget where she was.
Okay.
I think you're right. She did something opening week, but this was her first game.
First
her
NBA
game. It is great to see her back.
Oh, crowd pop, man. Absolutely. Anything else on your Bulls here?
Yeah, I mentioned it during an ad read yesterday. The Bulls on FanDuel were minus 134, I think, to make the playoffs in the Eastern Conference. It's now minus 152.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you're getting more and more concerned, or no? Now, come on, man.
I'm buying it more and more. Oh, I'm becoming a Giddey believer. Vooch is an all-star right now. It's unbelievable times in Chicago. It is November 5th. Yeah. It's November 5th, but 72-10 still on the table.
It's amazing. What a comeback. And not only did they come back to win, this is your team, of course, but you covered in the pick'em too. Like, oh my God, a backbreaking loss. Really for Tass, who's on a bit of a slide right now, but that one's gotta hurt even extra hard because they're up 24 points. And then they still lose by the 2, which covered for the Bulls.
Backbreaking, for sure. That's fitting. I was lying on the ground
yes.
on Monday's show. But we've got a great gift for whoever loses.
Yeah.
Because the fans will enjoy it.
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know if our families will, but
That's a good question.
the fans will. Yeah.
Will.
Well, we'll you know what? We'll tease it. We'll tell you on Friday. Friday's show will tell you what the pick and payoff will be for the month of November.
Here's a tiny tease.
Yeah.
I told my family yesterday what it was so that they would have a month to prepare for the eventuality that it may happen.
Okay.
And they were upset.
Really?
All 3 of the ladies in my house were like,
wow.
you can't do this.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
told
hilarious.
Nora, and she wasn't happy about it. She maybe didn't react as harshly as yours did. Have you told Danny yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But you really can't prepare anyone for it. It's like playing basketball on a practice court. You can't really get used to it until you're in there, right? And I'm sure people out there don't understand what I'm saying, but it really is something that has to be seen before you can really understand.
True.
I've been there before. I filmed my wife Danielle reacting to what we're doing. This was, man, I'm flashing back. The year was 2014.
I think we're building this up too much now.
Probably.
They're going to be very disappointed out there when you find out what we're doing. Okay, let's move on to the Orlando Magic in Atlanta to play the Hawks. Hawks win 127-112. So good win from them. No Trae Young, he's still out. But the story from this one was Desmond Bane losing his cool and getting tossed from the game. He had a flagrant 1 foul for the initial foul on Okongwu here. But then a technical was added after he straight up spikes the ball off Okongwu's head. And you add those up and they say you're out of here. And he was not happy about it. But Desmond being gone, and not a great performance here from the Magic at all.
Oh, absolutely
Pretty
not.
brutal.
If you're looking for a little bright spot, maybe this is something that gets them going to some degree. It's not cool to just spike a ball on somebody, and I think that's essentially what got him tossed. As you said, they kind of add it all up, but this team doesn't look good rotating defensively. This team doesn't look good just shooting the 3 ball, as we know, turning it over and over. Maybe their pace that has changed since last year. They've become such a faster paced team. Last year, they're 29th. This year, they're 5th currently. It's a very, very different looking squad. They need something to spark them. There's no doubt about that. But on the other side, it's exactly what you kind of expected with the Atlanta Hawks when Trae Young went out, that they would do it sort of by committee in terms of moving that thing. Dyson Daniels looking good out there, keeping that head up, ready for the cutters. Zachary Reese-Sachet doing extremely well doing that. Jalen Johnson, who I didn't mention when I thought they'd be doing it by committee, and it would be Dyson Daniels along with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Here comes Keaton Wallace and Luke Kennard. Jalen Johnson looked really good. He had 2 assists to cutters, 1 throwing it to the 3 like he was pretending to be Josh Giddey, finding that in the corner, then 2 other kind of garbage assists. All right, here you go, 3-point shooter. Assists don't mean everything sometimes, but there's enough passers that this team looked really good together, and you get a Zachary Risachet game where he's cutting everywhere and dropping 11 in the first quarter, 21 overall. It's a good squad. I know people are saying, well, they're better without Trae Young. That is untrue. However, they do play to their capabilities a little bit differently because they are decent passers. So that's what the Magic saw yesterday. Saw a good team. These two teams kind of have a good rivalry going. It's not quite Bucks Pacers, but they don't like each other really. This is twice. The Hawks have beat this team twice already this season. You'd think the Magic would be able to fight back, but keep turning it over. Late rotations, not looking good.
Yeah, Desmond Bane wanted to fight. He got the Draymond Green triple crown on one play. Flagrant one, a technical, and an ejection. Yeah. That's amazing. That's hard to do that with one play. And look, if you would have just fouled him, I think it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But then he yanks down and, like you said, spiked the ball and then stood over him. You're out of here, buddy. Yeah. And it didn't really matter because the Hawks dominated the Magic in this one. Orlando could not keep Dyson Daniels out of the lane. I thought he played awesome. Like you're saying, best Risachet game of the season. He was cutting all over the place, running the court. 3 for 8 from 3, knocking him down when he got out there. It was offense by committee, 6 guys in double digits. The shot distribution is good, like 9 shots, 11 shots, 11 shots, 14 shots. The ball was moving for sure, and I really liked what I saw from Mo Gay as well. He gave Paolo a ton of problems on the defensive end. He runs the court. He's going to get back on defense. Maybe he'll make a shot here and there, but his minutes have ticked up early in the season, and I think it's because of the effort and the length he brings on the defensive end. Hawks, in transition, 23-16 in fast break points. It just looked like they could run the ball down the throats of the Magic anytime they wanted to.
Yeah, when you look at the box scores, I hate seeing Paolo and Franz not hitting a 3. So they're combined 0 for 7. And watching the games, I watched a lot of this one last night. I don't know if it's because of the slow start to the season or whatever, but like both those guys, they take turns like really pressing it too much. And like they just drive into like a bunch of bodies, sometimes with a game plan, sometimes without. That results in some of these sloppy turnovers when they're trying to kick out, or they're throwing up shots that don't really have a chance. You know, Paolo got to the line, so there's a couple times where he draws that, but like too many possessions like that. Where again, I feel like there's like this anxiety. They're like, oh, we got to stop the bleeding here. All right, I'll just barrel in, see what happens. Both of them, they both do it. And it got out of control and it led to a lot of fast breaks. But Mo Gay on Paolo, I thought that's a really nice matchup. He's big, he's strong, he's still quick. He locks in on that end. He's obviously not out there really for offense, so he can sort of contribute in spots. But that was a good job by them. And that's a good win for the Hawks without Trae. I mean, it's more impressive, obviously. The Magic should get that in sort of a revenge game, I guess, like you said.
They kind of look sort of predictable offensively, as you said, what they're doing. They should have watched the Amazon broadcast the other day, which had both Bam Adebayo and Norm Powell coming in and showing what their offense looks like on the huge Amazon floor. It's drive, kick, cut, drive, kick, cut, drive, kick, get out of the way. As Bam Adebayo said, or was it Norm? I think it was Bam who said, we're an AAU team. Essentially.
Yes, right.
And that's what the Magic should do more of. Just keep rotating, because their handoffs and drives are just, they're simple. It's just one move. And I know I'm saying drive, kick, cut. Like that's some, extensive offensive set. It's not, but it's more than just a handoff, here you go. And teams are good enough to take away the lane. So it's, guys kind of putting their heads down a little bit. And Franz is a good passer out of there. He's just got to do it better. Paolo, not so much. He's the frustrating
Tristan
part.
Da Silva was the one bright spot for the Magic last night. Hitting threes, coming off the bench, scored 20. I think he hit 4 threes. That shot looks pretty. So he looked good. I can't say that for really anyone else on Orlando, I thought.
No, maybe he should start. I don't know what the solution is, because the Magic are 26th in 3-point rate, 21st in percentage. Adding Bane, just like adding KCP last year, has had zero effect on their spacing. So Paolo and Franz, they do drive into traffic a lot.
Yeah,
that results in a lot of free throws for Paolo and sometimes Franz, but neither of those guys can really play off the ball because they're not a threat. Wendell Carter Jr., not a threat from 3. No respect for Suggs as a 3-pointer, and they haven't figured out how to use Bane yet. So maybe a Heat-like system would work just because it's unusual. But they need something different offensively, because it's been the same thing since Jamal Mosley has been there. He doesn't seem to have any other plan besides run a pick and roll.
Yeah. And the heart and desire on the defensive end is a little lacking for whatever reason. Maybe they're just not in a flow, but the rotations are kind of slow, and that's why they've kind of dropped to the middle of the pack
they're
after
like
being
average
awesome.
right now, which I think will tick up. I do with the personnel, but you're right.
The identity ain't there, and I don't know if it's because they do push the ball more, because it seems like Jamal Mosley is trying that at the very least. But it is early, I guess.
I did like on this was a Peacock game, right?
Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, Michael Grady said, Boncaro, write down Peachtree.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect thing to say because there are 71 peach trees in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
None of them are actually by the Hawks Arena. It's like Centennial Olympic Drive, State Farm Drive,
Right.
Marietta. But if you say Peachtree, there's one nearby.
Oh, yeah. Every neighborhood's got one or two for sure.
I thought there was
He's not kidding, by the way. There are 71 streets
Yeah.
with Peachtree. That's
Yeah.
not an exaggeration joke from Trey there.
That's I looked it up to make sure.
I thought it was actually more, so maybe
Yeah.
they got rid of a couple.
They got rebranded.
Yeah, I literally thought it was 3 digits. Maybe that's the state of Georgia. Because you're right, the metro.
That could be Ponce de Leon's too. There's a lot of those.
Oh,
Whole lot of Ponces down here.
wow.
I was just on Ponce de Leon yesterday.
I know you like to call it Ponce de Leon, but I've been corrected.
Yeah.
It is a de Leon.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
Ponce de
it's
Leon.
after a name that was pronounced.
Really?
De Leon.
Okay.
Unless I've been lied to. I don't know. It's possible. I can get duped.
Let's move on to the Thunder surging past the Clippers 126-107 to extend their winning streak to 8 games. They haven't lost a game yet. They haven't had their second best player at all. Chet Holmgren's played half the games. He did play last night. He was in there. And it doesn't matter. SGA gets his 30, gets his 31, and then it's some guy, if not multiple guys every night, splashing threes, contributing to another win. Trey, I don't know who you want to start with, but 8-0 for OKC.
Who do I want to start with?
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
That was literally what I was going to say.
I think you
Isaiah
should.
Joe, 22 points. Defending Bogdan Bogdanovic out to half court. The Thunder started with playing a lot of these clutch games. I was saying they got to start winning some blowouts here, and guess what? They're completely blowing out teams right now. 3 straight blowouts. The Clippers, the best team that they've beaten recently. I think they beat the Wizards and the Pelicans. No surprise that they smacked them. But the Thunder have given up more than 108 points in regulation one time this season. I think they gave up 111 to whoever they played night 2, the Pacers.
Pacers, yeah. Double overtime.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. I got to throw out the overtime periods.
Right.
Mavericks are 30th in points per game. They average 107 points per game. So basically, when you play the Thunder, you're the worst offense in the league.
Wow.
It's just like that. 12 steals for the Thunder last night. All of them came after the first quarter. Huge first quarter for LA, playing without Kawhi Leonard. But 34 points off of turnovers for OKC. You can't beat them. If you're giving the ball away that many times and they're scoring 30 easily like that, that's going to be a win because you know Shea's going to give you 25 to 30. He's in Wilt Chamberlain mode right now. So the Thunder look like the Thunder.
To me, that was the most they looked like the defending champs last night's game versus the Clippers, because there was those runs, those defensive avalanches where they just cranked it up. And this game was close for like 2 or 3 quarters. Turned into a blowout. But the Clippers were there. But no, Thunder decide, okay, this couple minutes, let's run them out of the gym here. And that's what happened a whole lot during the 68-win season and even at times in the playoffs. So they looked awesome. Just to illustrate your point about Isaiah Joe, 22 you said, he's averaging 18 points per game on 48% shooting from 3 since returning to the lineup. So he's only played 3 games. But OKC hit 16 threes in Joe's first game back. Then they went 20 for 48 versus the Pels from 3. And then they went 18 for 38 last night. So unsurprisingly, those are their 3 best 3-point shooting games when Isaiah Joe is back in the lineup. So much impact, so much gravity as a shooter. Terrific role player. The guy can, all of them are assisted by SGA, I swear. And they're the little cheap ones, Tess. They're like, here you go. Hey, Joe, just shoot it.
Yeah.
And he just bombs away. So I mean, they struggled to shoot the ball early in the season and they were still winning, and now they're hitting threes.
That was the only thing you could poke to with this OKC team.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't shoot the 3 well. And Joe has come back and really helped them out. They only shoot 33.3% so far this season. It's not an incredible percentage at all. It's way below league average, but Isaiah Joe came and bumped that number up. But it did look like OKC from last year when they went on that ridiculous run to end this game. It was 78 all with 3:50 left in the third quarter. That's a 48-29 run to end the game. That's what they do. They'll do it. It's flashbacks for me to the 2010 Golden State Warriors in the playoffs when they could beat you by 15, 20 in a real quick run. And this team does it extremely well on the defensive end. So it's a little different. The Warriors were a great defensive team, but this team is so good on the perimeter at just ganging you up and then getting out there and running. Caruso, again, looked really, really good. He's a guy that kind of flies under the radar a little bit. I know we do talk about him a lot, but he is so key to their defense. So, yeah, best start. I mean, obviously in franchise history at 8-0. That 62.5 over-under number in terms of their record is now looking like, oh, yeah, they'll destroy that.
Fall into that.
Yeah, so. And on the other side, no Kawhi. Just sitting the game out. Beal. Back to back. And Beal, he's always out. So here we are with the Clippers. Unfortunately, that's a team that's suffering a little bit with this start at 3-4 now.
SGA reached at least 20 points for the 80th consecutive game. So he passed Hall of Famer Oscar Robertson for the third longest such streak in NBA history. Trey said it. Wilt Chamberlain is now the only one ahead of him for those streaks. Wilt did it twice. I think one in the 90s, and then the longest one was like 120 plus. So SGA could, in theory, pass him.
120?
Yeah. 20 points is not nothing, but it feels like nothing for SGA. He was 9 of 14 from the floor last night. 4 or 5 from deep from SGA last night. I was curious. I was like, man, 4 threes for SGA is actually a lot. This guy's not like a high volume 3-point shooter in terms of making them. So I looked it up. Shea's had 14 games over the last 3 seasons where he's hit 4 or more threes. OKC won 12 of them. And there was a Game 6 playoff loss to the Mavericks a couple years ago. That was one of the games where he hit a bunch of threes and they lost. And the other one was a random loss to San Antonio at the start of last year. But my point for all that is, like, if that guy's got the 3 ball going down, I mean, you are basically not winning against this team. It's damn near impossible. His highest, though, is 6 made threes. That's it.
He kind of just started shooting them last year.
Yeah. So I wonder if he'll have one big, like, 8, 9, 10 made threes game in him. I don't know. He's like, nah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think so.
It doesn't seem like he would be a double-digit three-pointer guy.
Not really.
But they got the Blazers, Kings, and Grizzlies up next, so we're looking at 11-0. Next big game for OKC is the Warriors next Tuesday, the 11th.
Wow. Will they still be undefeated? Who are the 3 teams?
Blazers, Kings, Grizzlies. Blazers are playing tough.
I mean, you could see one
Blazers
of those
tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
Road back-to-back for OKC, so that's tough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess, but then they have goddamn 80 guys they can roll out there to contribute.
Right.
Other games last night, Curry scored 28, Moody added 24, Warriors beat the Suns. Barnes and Barrett each scored 23. Raptors won their 3rd straight. They routed the Bucks by 28. And then Alvarado's 3-pointer sent the Pelicans past the Hornets in a must-win game, as we called it. First win of the season. We can talk about the Pelicans a little bit later in the show when we get into Is This News with Zion, but any notes on either the Raps or the Warriors wins?
Well, the Warriors' worrisome thing is that Jimmy Butler left this game with some back injury. We'll see if he could be all right. As far as the Raptors go, I was locked in because they wanted to avenge their loss to the Milwaukee Bucks, and it sure showed that they were ready to play both ends of the floor. I was impressed by on the offensive end. They're moving that thing. They are passing it around. On the defensive end, Scottie Barnes has been extremely impressive. These 3 wins in their win streak, he is really, really giving it defensively. 4 steals, 2 blocks in this game. He was the guy able to get in Giannis's way. And as soon as he went to the bench, Giannis was doing his thing. They had nobody else, but he's out there working hard. 14 steals and blocks over this 3-game win streak. I'm not one to call them stocks. I ain't ready for that. But 14 steals and blocks. Nah, not ready. Only 101.7 points allowed these last 3 games. They look like they're playing hard. And that's what...
They look like the team they promised us they were going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Barnes is the leader, and I think he's the one he's showing it now. And that's why the Barnes and Ingram, Barnes and Brandon, the double Bs, this is what we signed up for. We know Barnes is going to should be good defensively, and Brandon Ingram is going to score the points, and that's what the combo of them should be. So here we are. They avenged that loss, and now we're going to a 5-game road trip. They're coming here to Atlanta. In-season tournament game, exciting stuff. Sixers, Nets, Cavs, Pacers. They could go 3-2 on that road trip.
That would be
the
good.
way they're playing. It's possible. It's possible. This team looks different. Is that okay to say?
100%. Look, hey, Darko is not going to be fired.
Rehire him.
Yeah, rehire him. Did I overreact? Yes, but I think it was warranted because I was trying to, sort of raise the red flag on this garbage start that they had and how worrying it was. And the season can get away from you in a damn hurry, that they had to figure out what were they doing defensively. And you're right about Barnes, man. He's the heartbeat right now of that Raptors defense. I don't know if it was Darko getting through to him. I don't know if it was Scottie himself waking up. His best performance was last night. That was awesome. He basically played Giannis straight up one-on-one. They sort of washed each other out. That's the best you can hope to do. He maybe outplayed Giannis, if we're being quite honest, last night. And Giannis was coming off a back-to-back. I get that. We didn't even think Giannis was going to play when we were going into that game.
What a weird line.
Yeah.
It started as the Raptors 4.5-point favorites. It dropped to 2.5 before the game. I guess because Giannis was playing. And he sat out the fourth quarter because the Raptors were smacking.
Yeah. So it's great to see. They're back to 4-4. Good. I'm obviously I'm impressed. The offense has not been a problem at all this year. That's actually looked decent. It was the defense where they were hemorrhaging points after that one Hawks game, obviously on opening night, and they were getting killed on the boards and just getting cooked with what they were doing, the full court pressure and the weird traps. They have gotten back to a better defensive principle, I think. Darko, I'll give him props last night too. He reinserted Pirtle into the starting lineup, but he was on a minutes restriction. But remember, they'd been winning games with CMB as their starting center. Mm-hmm. So you sort of think, just keep rolling with that. Why fix what ain't broken? But he looked at the Bucks that's a big-ass team. Giannis is playing, yes. Turner's there. Let's get Pirtle back in there, and it was a great start. That was a great coaching decision. So kudos to him.
Yes. They went to Pizza last night?
3 in a row.
3 in a row.
Yeah. They're not playing for pizza parties anymore.
Okay.
They're playing for playing spots.
Playing parties.
Playing parties.
Yeah. They needed to put Jakob Poeltl in the starting lineup because you see them against big teams. And we remember the Houston Rockets game where they got out rebounded by a ton when Murray Boyles was starting. They needed to. And Jakob Poeltl, I can't believe it. That back seems like it's always sore, but that lefty dunk that he threw down. Yeah. Never would have
Cole
expected
Anthony
that.
was not expecting it, I'll tell you that. I think he thought he was going to lay it up.
Yeah. And this team, it isn't the Western Conference. We'll get to the New Orleans Pelicans, who've started extremely poorly, and there ain't any room for margin in the Western Conference. I will say when you said that, this season can get away from you, and the East is a little bit better. It's easier because there just isn't as many incredible teams. But here we are.
Yeah, but you were agreeing with me when we were looking after the Raps' slow start. That's probably going to be a loss to Cleveland. John Morant and the Grizzlies coming in. Giannis again. They got lucky too. Nobody played in the Cavs game. John Morant suspended for the Grizzlies game. That they were helped out by that. But
here we are.
We were staring down the barrel of a 1-8 or 9 start, which is why I was saying the coach is going to be fired if they have that record, because they're expected with the salary they pay these guys and the expectations to be at least 500. So look, they've rebounded nicely, and they got helped out a little bit by who didn't play. But
no Trey on Friday, that kind of helps. But all these weapons will be coming.
Yeah,
will they be ready?
I also think there's not a lot of consistently good teams in the Eastern Conference right now. The Bucks have losses to the Raptors and Kings right now with Giannis playing. That doesn't make sense. New York has looked good, and New York has looked bad. Yeah. Kind of the Bulls and the Sixers until the second half last night have been the most consistent in the Eastern Conference, and I think Detroit is there too. They lost their first 2 games and have been pretty solid since then. And they lost to the teams that are first and fourth, I guess, in the East and the Western Conference. So take it how you leave it. That's not a saying.
That's okay. We learn new sayings.
But I do feel 4 through 12 in the Eastern Conference is kind of a toss-up on who's actually going to play well from a night-to-night basis. So far.
Yeah, and then that's why the Raps have a bit of a leash on this road trip with no Trae Young, and then they get the Nets and the Pacers. Yeah, things look like they could win 3 games. People learn things through the first couple weeks. We learn new sayings. We had Kofi on here saying the here's and there's. That's a new saying. Miles Turner, I think, can learn to let it rip a little bit more. He was on my favorite podcast, Thanalysis.
Oh, my God.
I didn't see it coming.
I know. I was out of nowhere.
Oh, Jesus.
I just wanted to say, Their studio has improved. I didn't see that coming. Has it improved as much as this
No,
studio?
look at that sign.
And it's only getting better. It's only getting better. I like this 3-person shot. JD is really nice.
I mean, the monitors are old news now.
Oh yeah, the monitor.
You got a sign.
Yeah, nothing. Do they have how many monitors do they have on Vanessa's
I don't
podcast?
know. I don't know. I just see a couple clips and I move on. They got a couch this year instead of just chair to chair. That's how they've upgraded.
Wow.
And they've got, a standard lawyer type of company that's their main sponsor. Like
LegalZoom?
No. Like injury lawyer, that type of thing.
Like Morgan and Morgan?
Neil Flip?
Yeah. Call Ken. That's all. Something like that. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest choices you got to make as a podcasting studio. Couch or table?
Oh yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we running here?
Yeah, you're not wrong. I did see Big Waz. I saw him. I don't know if he was hosting it or if he was on. I don't know what was going on. Oh, so Danny Green and Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
I saw it was a good clip. Whatever they were talking.
It was a good clip. Yeah, he's hosting.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't know that. What's it called?
I don't know, but it was a
good clip.
Yeah,
they were talking about celebrations. It was led by the Joel Embiid DX chop, and they were talking about what are the best celebrations in today's current NBA. That was good. The night from Steph.
Yeah, it is good.
They were saying all time. They were saying the most disrespectful one is still the Sam Cassell big balls dance, which they all seem to agree with.
Disrespect.
Yeah, it was more about disrespect. Yeah.
Yeah. Because they were commenting on Giannis grabbing his balls.
It was more led by the Joel Embiid DX chop.
Yeah. Balls talk.
Balls talk. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll play Is This News?
The NBA season is a grind. Games every night, long nights on League Pass, barely enough time to eat, let alone train, or in my case, sometimes too much time to eat Cajun snack mix.
That's tasty.
It is good, but I got a new one, and it's like 98% sesame sticks. That's too much sesame sticks. But that's where Peloton comes in, helping you break through the busiest time of year with the brand new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. The Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus is Peloton's most elevated piece of equipment yet. We're talking real-time guidance and endless ways to train, whether you're running, lifting, stretching, or working on those abs, Sasha boy. It's cross-training reimagined with features that actually help you hit your goals without wasting time. Peloton IQ is like having a coach that knows you personally. It plans your workouts, tracks your progress, corrects your form, and gives you the kind of feedback that helps you get better faster. You know we love that swivel screen. You can hop from a 45-minute ride on the bike plus to a 5-minute yoga stretch on the mat with one smooth spin. It's the beauty of Peloton. There's always variety and always a coach ready to bring the energy. I was in yoga mode yesterday, but I saw a thumbnail that had me intrigued. Andy with a crew of 6 instructors doing a 30-minute kickoff to turkey burn. Full body strength workout.
Turkey burn.
Wow.
It's the kickoff to turkey burn. I got to figure out what that's all about.
I'm intrigued.
It is November.
Yeah.
So I guess it's time to start burning turkey.
I mean, it's a couple weeks away, but
Yeah.
never too late.
Get ahead of it. Let yourself run, lift, flex, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
The NBA is in full swing. FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you missed the start of the game or if you want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks or second half comebacks like the Chicago Bulls coming back from 24 down. My God. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com, sign up today, play your game with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. Okay, if you're just joining us on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. Let's get into Is This News? I've pulled some headlines to throw at the guys, and they will debate whether or not they're newsworthy. First one, from The Athletic. Still got my subscription. Pelicans Zion Williamson sidelined with left hamstring strain. TAS. Is this news?
It's news. There's no doubt. Is it too early to say the Pelicans season is over? Yes, this is a grade 1 hamstring injury. Could be 7 to 10 days. It's a light one. He should be back. Although we did see this last year, and he missed many, many games. But it's early. I will say the thing that I've learned from the early Pelican season is that they need some sort of leadership, some sort of vet in that starting lineup to just get everybody on page. Because there are times in this Pelican start to the season where they started 0-6 before their win yesterday that they fight pretty hard for a lot of the game. They had an OT loss to the Spurs. They lost by 6 to Memphis on opening night, which I've said Ja Morant lives for opening night. And then they lost by 2 to the Clippers on an NBA Cup night. So close games. But then they lost the other 3 games by 30 or more.
Right.
So that's the most such losses in first 6 games of anyone's NBA season in NBA history. And they're getting outscored by 28.7 points per possession, per 100 possessions, I should say, in 136 minutes with Zion off the floor. Shout out to Keeks. Kirthika Uthai Kumar. Oh my God, I knocked over my freaking mug here. They need some sort of guidance, some sort of assistance. I know I've talked about Kevon Looney, I thought would be some sort of assistance as in the starting lineup, but really it's when Zion goes to the bench, how they fall apart. They literally fall apart. That 28.7 points per 100 possessions is a monstrous number. That's way bigger than what Jokic was dealing with last year in the regular season. So here we are in a situation where now they got the Mavs, Spurs, and Suns, Blazers, Lakers coming up. I can't say it's over yet, but it's veering that direction because they can't really put it together without Zion on the floor when he's playing. So here we are. When
they did last night.
Yeah.
I mean, they squeaked by the Hornets, but for the
LaMelo.
most part, everybody contributed. Yeah, they didn't have LaMelo and the Hornets. You're right. But Trey Murphy had a good game. Alvarado gave him some juice.
He was the vet last night.
Exactly. And a lot of guys coming off the bench scoring, be it Bay, Queen, Carlo with a couple of huge dunks.
Oh, yeah.
Makovic. And so they at least got off the hide and got a much-needed win.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is recurring news. Just like LaMelo missing time with an ankle injury that there wasn't like a play that it happened. He just got a sore ankle. He's out. Same thing with Zion. Yeah, he missed time last year with a hamstring injury. He misses time every year with a hamstring injury. That seems to be the one that keeps tripping him up.
Yep.
So, yeah, they're saying 7 to 10 days right now, but it could easily be longer. And they're just getting behind the 8 ball in the Eastern Conference. I did love Carlo's couple of dunks. Speaking of celebrations, they were going with the Giannis double thumbs down. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, Alvarado was big, hit a big 3-pointer, really gave him a lot of energy in the second half, and they're lucky to win that game because they blew a lead. It looked like the Hornets were rolling, starting 3 rookies. That's the kind of loss that gets a coach fired. So they at least staved off that for Willie Green. And I would say Derek Queen last night was a silver lining. In the fourth quarter, he played all 12 minutes. In just the fourth, he had 12 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals, hit a couple of mid-range jumpers. He was finishing inside. The passing looked really nice. He looked like a skilled player. Hands were kind of quick on the defensive end to break up plays and get going on the other side. He was out of the rotation because Willie Green is in job-saving mode, it feels like. But you got to play this guy. If you traded away the pick that everybody's going to be talking about for the entire year, at least play the rookie and see what you got at him. He's not going to average 48 points a game, but it was nice to see him playing last night and playing well.
I thought he was the difference. Yeah, he'd only played 6 minutes going into that fourth quarter, and you play him every single minute, and he's grabbing boards all over the place. Offensively, grabbed 3 offensive boards and looked way more spry than people are giving him credit for. People think, oh, he looks a little heavy. Not because he plays on the same team with Zion Williamson, but he does look slow out there. At times he looked really good in this one.
Did you see post-game? Him and DeAndre Jordan. So Queen had this great game. All the reporters are around his locker. He's sitting down. And you hear DeAndre Jordan. So he's answering questions. He's starting to answer questions. And then you hear DeAndre Jordan, stand up, Rook. And DeAndre Jordan basically stopped all the reporters asking questions and demanded that Queen stand on business because he had such a great game. You know, stand with some pride when you talk to these people.
Yeah.
Queen didn't want to. You can tell he's like, I'm tired. I just want to sit here. But he also knows, that is our vet here. And he's saying, stand up. I better stand up. So he did.
That's the leadership I was asking for. That's the type of thing you need.
Fair.
Yeah. Hey, come to work to work. and stand up. Don't be a John Moran and just sit for your interviews, as John Moran has sat for those 2 post-game interviews where things have not gone well.
Interesting. Something to pay attention to, standing versus sitting.
But back to Trey's point about Zion and this hamstring issue. This is now every year for the past 4 years. Let me just run through it. During the 22-23 season, Williams injured his hamstring and then re-injured it during his recovery, sidelining him for the final 45 games of the regular season. 23-24, he was healthy. He played a lot of games, 70 regular season games, but then he had a hamstring strain in the play-in tournament, forced him to miss the playoffs. And then last season, he injured his hamstring in November. He ended up missing like 27 games. Like, it was a good chunk before he came back, and he played the rest of the season on a strict minutes restriction. So now this is year 4 of this damn hamstring. And that's the big concern to me. Trey was like, I'm like, well, when did it happen? Where was it? I know, it's just like, oh, it just
happened.
Sore. Yeah, it just hurts. But they got the win. So good for the Pelicans.
Got the win.
I can't be super pumped. They've inserted Jordan Poole back into the starting lineup to try and get things going. But the combination of Poole and Fears, it doesn't instill a lot of perimeter defense to stop the ball, to start it there. And then you're asking a lot of questions of the back line. Of course, they've got Herb Jones and Trey Murphy out there on the wings, can do their thing. But now it's Kevon Looney that they're trying to insert again after the injury slowed him down. Now he's back in there. It's like the Pelicans are doing the same thing that they did last year. They had a Jonas Valanciunas in there. They're starting a guy to just eat those minutes in the first quarter and the third quarter and hope that it also instills some aggression, but it doesn't look like that. And I think the guard spot, the Jordan Poole move it's not worked out.
I just don't think they're going to be able to play defense, period. You heard it on the broadcast last night. Antonio Daniels is basically like, you're not going to get stops. We're 26th in defensive rating, so you got to get out there and score. I mean, Looney's not a shot blocker. DeAndre Jordan was a shot blocker a decade ago. Yeah. There's nobody else that's really going to influence it. So play your best offensive guys, I guess. That's why Poole is back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, trying to outscore teams.
Yeah, and I guess that's why they got DeJounte Murray way back when. He's still there. He's injured, I guess, to be that sort of ball stopper, but yeah, it doesn't look good.
Next headline from ESPN. Kings, Precious Achiuwa, agree to a 1-year deal. And in a corresponding move to generate the roster space, the Kings released second-year center Isaac Jones. So, Trey, they've opted for a more veteran presence here to help the rotation. Is this news? Precious on the Kings.
This is not news.
Oh, boy. Damn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, Precious Achiuwa is not a great player, but he's better than Drew Eubanks and Dylan Cardwell, probably.
Yeah, probably.
And that's the best I can say.
Yeah.
They need another big guy.
Yeah.
A veteran big guy, and at least Achiuwa has athleticism.
Yeah, probably take some Eubanks minutes, who's played all right recently, actually. But it doesn't really change much for this team. That's all. I think they have bounced out. They do get some wins. I think the most interesting thing recently is Russell Westbrook playing against the Denver Nuggets, the team that he helped last year, and then having a fantastic game. Awesome game. Hugging Nikola Jokic for a long time pre-game, scoring 26 in that game. That was fun. That's the thing. It's somewhat like the Pelicans. They have to outscore teams. So Precious ain't going to help.
No.
Russ's 26 help, but I don't think the defense is really going to change all that much.
He's going to get an opportunity here, Precious, for sure. And he played well for the Raptors when he was there. He was decent for the Knicks at times.
Yeah.
In the playoffs, he's a capable power forward or capable big. It's a position that they lack depth at, especially with no Keegan Murray. So there's an opportunity for him here to show his worth still in this league. At least usually with Precious, you're going to get some energy, some defensive hustle, and the Kings could use a lot of that. So I think an opportunity, but not moving the needle by any means. Just wanted to slip it in and keep you on your toes when it comes to this news. Not every headline is newsworthy.
That's right. They can't all be news, or it would just be called This Is News.
That's right.
That's a boring segment.
That's right. Yeah. Next one here. Okay, from CBS. We'll go to CBS Sports with the headline. Draymond Green says the Knicks aren't true contenders. I'll give you the money quote from Draymond. The Knicks, I just personally don't believe that they're contenders. I don't think they have what it takes to win at the highest level. I think you can stifle their offense and make it hard on them. Also on the defensive end, anytime you have a couple guys on the floor at the same time that are really key guys who don't really want to defend, it makes it tough to win at the highest level. End quote. We'll stop there. Green is obviously talking about Brunson and Cat as the key guys that you can go at and are liabilities on the defensive end. Is this news, though?
No. News is not news if it's not new. Okay, it has to be.
That's nice.
This was 4 months ago. It was news when they fired Tom Thibodeau. We asked what is going on, and he basically is saying these same questions that we asked, that everybody asked, and assumed why he was fired. That's why they brought in Mike Brown, to move the ball more, which is happening. I think with Jalen Brunson moving off the ball a little bit more. The other question was, they have to insert somebody beside Karl Anthony Towns to help their defense. Why is their defense like this was the question. They have to have a big center in there. And now we're seeing it more with Mitchell Robinson coming back from injury. Mike Brown is starting him beside Karl Anthony Towns. That is not what Tom Thibodeau did last year. I mean, he threw him in as a emergency change-up in the playoffs. And Mike Brown's doing it, and he's trying to get Jalen Brunson off the ball. So those are the same two questions. Going deeper into the rotation is another question I think we should all be asking, because we were asking that when it was actual news, when Tom Thibodeau was fired. I thought we'd see Precious Achiuwa a little bit more beside Karl Anthony Towns. I was wrong. We're seeing Mike Brown wait till Mitchell Robinson was healthy, and they're not going extremely deep on the bench, which I thought was going to happen. So, no, the same thing as a few months ago, but I didn't mind Draymond's take on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, just heartbreaking news. The worst person you know just made a great point. It's just tough to defend at a championship level when you got two guys you can pick on.
Yeah.
The good thing for the Knicks is it might not rear its head until literally the finals. You go back and look at their playoff defensive ratings. They held the Pistons underneath their season-long offensive rating. Good. They held the Celtics underneath their season-long offensive rating. Part of that is because Tatum went down with injury, but they were leading that series regardless. And then once they got to the Pacers lit them up with ball movement, speed, and that will be the question is, can they figure out a way to slow down some of the better offensive teams? Like, I don't think they would have much of a chance guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but that would be a finals matchup. I don't think they could limit Nikola Jokic. That's also a finals matchup. Who in the East scares them? Maybe Cleveland. I don't think they've been great to start the season, but they haven't had Garland yet. Jared Allen's been in and out of the lineup. Evan Mobley's just flirting with shooting threes all the time right now. So I don't know what the Cavs offense looks like when it comes down to it. So yeah, this might be a problem you have to deal with way down the line, but it is a problem they're going to have to deal with at some point, I think.
Well, it's funny you say that, because Draymond Green also pronounced that there aren't any real championship contenders in the Eastern Conference. So that goes to what you're sort of speaking about here, TK. Do you buy that? Is Draymond right that, you know what, it ain't going to be an Eastern Conference team winning the championship?
I get what he's saying. Yeah, you got to win the championship before you really believe in a championship contender. I get that. It happens. You got to go do it. And I guess why I liked what Draymond said, he wasn't really harsh and brash. He just kind of gave his thought. He wasn't yelling and screaming about it. Although I do think when he's talking about defense and the New York Knicks, obviously he's talking about the pick and roll with Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, and just overall two defenders who can't be out there. Now they are hiding Jalen Brunson, like the Warriors hided Steph Curry extremely well, and they're doing pre-switches. That sounds smart, and it works for one guy. I understand two guys that's too many. Right. Karl Anthony Towns, I think he's belittling him a little bit, because he was a good Jokic defender when they did take them out. He was good at that, and I think putting Mitchell Robinson beside him just limits all the pick and rolls he has to stop. So Karl Anthony Towns can be that guy. It's really on Karl Anthony Towns, I think, to help out.
To be a passable defender.
Yeah, and I understand you may not see him enough, because you may not see him enough with Mitchell Robinson, because Mitchell Robinson gets hurt, so we may not even see enough of that. But he is given it a lot of the times, and in the postseason. So I think Draymond missed that. He didn't see that. He is getting better. But as the primary big, I totally get that. And that's why Mike Brown was brought in, I think. Literally play someone else beside him.
Hey, man, you're right. He was really good against Jokic. And he was actually really good against Kevin Durant in Timberwolves versus Suns series once upon a time. He can do it if he puts his mind to it.
Final headline from NBA.com. Spurs bring back City Edition uniforms inspired by the team's 90s identity. So yesterday, the Spurs unveiled their 25-26 Nike NBA City Edition uniforms and the court, and it's presented by Ledger, a bold tribute to the franchise's past, present, and future. So this is a return to the team's best-selling city uniforms from the 2021 season, but brand new take on the Fiesta-themed court, Trey Kirby. Is this news?
It's a delicious looking court.
God, it's sexy, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like you're going into a Taco Bell in the 1990s and ordering a gordita. And I love a gordita.
Do you?
Did they have gorditas
baby.
back then?
Well, you're right. I'm mashing up eras just like the San Antonio Spurs are here because this is sort of 90s inspired. They wore this basically in 2021, didn't have the floor the exact same way. And really, these jerseys are inspired by warm-up jackets.
Yeah.
The Spurs never wore colorful jerseys like this on the court,
right?
But everybody remembers those jackets, and they looked super sweet. And like I said, they wore these in 2021. Do you know the only players left over on the Spurs from the 2021 season?
Wow.
2 guys.
Keldon Johnson was
That's
there?
one of them.
Vassell.
That's the other one.
okay.
These guys are locked in.
Yeah, not many other ones. No, nobody you said.
Yeah, nobody else. A lot of guys still in the league, though.
Okay.
Even Drew Eubanks is there. Somebody out there probably has a Drew Eubanks version of one of these jerseys.
Wow.
Exciting.
So what do you think of these?
Do you like the symbols that they're throwing inside of the 3-point line? That other color that they're throwing in there, because we talked about the Dia de los Muertos court in Mexico City that went from beige to dark brown inside the 3-point line. Now this is more symbols than the entire 3-point arc painted, like inside the 3-point arc painted, I should say.
I love it. I think it looks great. I mean, if that wasn't there, if those symbols were not there, this court would still look amazing.
Yeah.
Because of the 3 colors, obviously. But yeah, I like it.
Kind of makes it
It's
look like
unique.
an all-star court, I think.
Yeah.
Don't think it needs to say City Edition on it.
Where does it say that?
Right underneath.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Yeah. Okay, why? Yeah.
Why exactly?
You don't need that. They're going to play on this court in the new unis next Wednesday, a week from today. Warriors coming to town, November 12th.
Ooh.
I assume that game's on ESPN, right? Spurs Warriors.
Right.
What day is it?
Wednesday,
night.
yeah.
Oh, that's an
You
ESPN
get it.
night. Nice.
Anyway, gorgeous stuff here. Just gorgeous
Yeah,
stuff.
it's great.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Gordita was introduced in 1998.
Wow. All right.
I didn't know it'd been around so long.
Can you explain to me what that is again?
It's like a flatbread. Okay. It's like instead of the regular taco shell, you get a thick boy.
You get
Nice and
bready.
soft. Yeah.
It's a lot of bread.
That's
Were you a
good.
Taco Bell man? I don't think I knew that about you.
Well, you know, when you insert drugs into your body, you're talking about
What a way to put it.
Who inserted these drugs in my body? Give me the rusty scissors, Dad.
So you're saying back in your inserting of drug days, you were a Taco Bell guy.
Correct.
I got you.
That's when you have
Wow.
it, right?
Did not
I
expect
mean,
you to
they
say
are
that.
still making those Taco Bell. They're still renovating them. They still look cool from the outside it makes me want to go in.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Well, the reason I said I didn't know you were a Taco Bell guy, because people that are Taco Bell guys, it's a part of their identity.
Yeah.
Trey Kirby, I think, sort of. Joel, our friend Joel, God, he never shuts up about Taco Bell.
He comes to the United States once a year, and that's the one place he wants to go.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
got to go to Taco
He
Bell.
comes to Atlanta. We have incredible restaurants. No, we got to go to Taco Bell. All right. Okay. I get it. You don't live over here. I don't even know if they have Taco Bell in Taiwan. If they do, it's not up to his standards.
Not the same, I guess.
Anyway, that's why I wasn't sure if you were a Taco Bell guy.
The thing that was good about Taco Bell's in Canada was the Fry Supreme.
Okay.
I mean, it's fries. They're dropping sour cream on there. They're dropping the beef on there.
Right.
But the U.S. has finally brought that here in some way, shape, or form, right?
I think so.
So it's like their take
taking
on a
forever.
poutine almost, really.
It sort of is, yeah.
Yeah.
Taco Bell's poutine. I wish I went more. I wish I still had the passion for it that I had back when they were
Right. Me
bringing
too.
out the gordita, bringing out the chalupa, the enchilada, man. Great
Are
time.
they still innovating like crazy?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they brought breakfast out. I mean, that's been
Breakfast.
years ago.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Come on by.
and I feel like a lot of the innovation for Taco Bell is how can we combine the things already on the menu into a new shape container? Not literally the food, but they're like, you can do the luxury box. It's got 4 items in it, or you can do the super box. That one's got 8 items in it.
Yeah.
But I like to go at least once a year to see what their really doing over there?
Yeah.
The guys are up to.
We have a Taco Bell between our houses.
Yeah.
It's closer to you than it is to me.
Way closer.
Yeah.
If you would have told me in 1998 when they dropped the gordita that eventually you're going to live 4 minutes away from the Taco Bell and you're never going to go.
And you'll never go.
I would have been disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
What happened to your life, man?
Yeah.
You used to love this place. I still do.
It's interesting.
I still do.
Maybe it's one of those things like the closer you are to it, the less you want it.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
You got to make a run for the
good
border.
saying.
When it's just a walk to the border, it's not as exciting. Stroll over there. All right, those were the four.
Okay, Birdnorf in the stream team says the new flamin' hot grilled cheese burrito is fire. What a combination of words.
Yeah.
Flamin' hot grilled cheese burrito.
Yeah, the burrito.
Those
part
are
really
all
throws
words,
it
though,
for a
I
loop.
would probably pick if you were saying, hey, come up with a new item for Taco Bell. I would go there.
I was
How do they do that? Put a taco inside a grilled cheese?
Yeah.
I'll find out. I will take it upon
All right.
myself to see what they're doing over there.
I was with it until the word burrito. Really.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Whoa.
Pick'em. Tonight's game. It's Wednesday night. Tass, where are we going?
Wembanyama is going to Los Angeles to play the Lakers, who are 3.5 favorites on the Spurs.
Okay.
Spurs coming off a loss to the Suns. The Lakers have won 4 games in a row. We didn't talk about DeAndre Ayton going for 29 and 10. Hello, they look great. He's going to be matching up against Wembanyama. I assume Luka and Reeves are playing because in that game where the Lakers took care of Portland, those two guys were not playing their last game, and it was just sort of a, hey, we're kind of resting them.
Yeah.
Somehow they look great. They've won 4 in a row, so a 3.5 point line. It's kind of understandable, and it's understandable you guys took the Spurs to cover that while I'm taking the Lakers.
I wonder who's going to guard Wembanyama because he's coming off this 9-point game against the Phoenix Suns, and they basically guarded him with Royce O'Neal and said, big guy, come and hang out here as well. We've seen that sort of like defensive alignment a lot of times with dominant big guys. Put the little muscle dude underneath, bomb him,
Yep.
throw him off of his balance, and then you've got help as well. Marcus Smart's a guy that's cut out for that. Like, he would love to bump and grind against the Wembanyama type and then have Ayton be more of the help guy. So I wonder if that's something JJ Redick would do, or if it's kind of like, maybe we save this for down the line. We don't need to be showing our hand in November.
Yeah, right. Save it for a potential playoff matchup, for all you know. Good point. We'll find out tonight. We have the Spurs. They got some points to play with, but Tass needs the Lakers to win by 4 or more to get the first W here for Tass in the month of November. And again, we'll explain what our pick and payoff is on Friday's show. Look at that tease. Keep you coming back. Tomorrow, we're hitting the beach. Yeah, first time this season answering your emails and your tweets and a lot of your comments on Substack. Go join our Substack. You sort of get first access to us when it comes to asking questions. So we'll start tackling those on tomorrow's episode. We'll talk about anything of note here tonight. Maybe Spurs Lakers for all we know. Later today, Bulls are back on playback. Trey Kirby is rewatching all of the condensed version games from the 72-10 Bulls championship season. So you got a couple more games on the docket today.
Yeah, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers led by Chris Mills and Bobby Phils.
Oh.
The Mills and Phils backcourt. And the Blazers, Rod Strickland and Uncle Cliffy. Short week, though.
Only
for the
2
95,
games.
96
Wow.
Bulls. Only
Wow.
2 games. I guess maybe backloading the second half of the season.
Okay.
Though, at the time, the Bulls were the biggest story in all of sports, so
Yeah.
they probably weren't trying to duck the NFL way back then.
No, you wouldn't think so. So,
These,
okay.
I was surprised at how well these condensed games are cut. I was thinking you're just going to see the highlights. You're just going
Yeah.
to see the back and forth action, which is cool. That's what I was expecting to see. But they're including the replays
Oh, I
and
like
stuff,
that.
the funny moments. So whoever edited those, hats off to you.
Tip of the cap to you.
Cap to you.
All right, join Trey today at 3 p.m. Eastern on Playback. That link is in our show notes for everybody on YouTube and podcast listeners. You can join the room for free. You can all watch it together because Trey fires them up on YouTube, and then you can hang out with the chat and talk Bulls, obviously from the 90s, but I think you guys talk about a lot more than just that. You'll probably talk about Taco Bell today.
Yeah. I mean, I assume was Taco Joe on the Bulls at that
Taco
time?
Joe Klein, yeah. Taco Trey Kirby looking up Taco Joe Klein.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not at that time. He was playing on the Phoenix Suns.
He's like the Gordita of the Bulls.
He was introduced to the Bulls in the 97-98 season. I saw this guy come, and they're like, all right, we got a new product for you.
All right, guys. So we'll see you there for Boulder Back Playback, and otherwise we'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for Beach Step-In. Till then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, Shane Bieber opting into a $16 million option with the Toronto Blue Jays when he could have easily got 25 per in free agency. That's a clear indicator that sometimes people just, will choose good things over money. Like 16 mil, what's that? It's nothing. That's nothing. So, nothing. But it's going where the good land is, Going back to the Toronto locker room. What a blessing.
Embrace the day, people.